All right, here you go. Ready?
Let's do it.
Good deal. Well, good morning.
Good morning,
Hey,
Zach.
everybody. Happy Mardi Gras, y'all.
Yeah.
Got,
It's Fat Tuesday.
who wants a little Mardi Gras love? Who's got it, huh? Y'all better be ready.
Oh!
Well, I'm not a very good thrower. Not a very
Bad.
good thrower. Here you go. Virginia, you had your hands up there. Yolanda, you want some? Come on. You got it. There you go. Woo, good catch. Happy Mardi Gras. So, has anybody ever been to Mardi Gras, either in New Orleans, Mobile, or anywhere else? It's a fun time. Fun time. Where was the original Mardi Gras? Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
My son's there this week.
A lot of
for
New
work.
Orleanians don't always like to admit that, but we say they may have been the first, but we're the best.
You're the best. Yeah. My son's actually in Mobile this week for auditing a client.
That's awesome. Well, very good.
Good
Well,
timing.
take a second, talk to the person next to you for 30 seconds, tell them what you're grateful for. Grateful for this cool mug that I got from
That's a great moment.
Love Heals. Pretty neat.
That is good.
What about you? Any gratitudes?
I did. I'm grateful for Hampton turning me on to Young Pueblo. One of the things I read this morning talked about becoming the best version of yourself. Those words exactly.
Love it. Love it. All right, y'all, come on back. Anybody got anything good to share?
Yo yo.
In the Mardi Gras spirit.
They are.
Anybody hear anything good they want to share?
All about the weather. The
All
daffodils are everywhere.
They are. They are.
Everywhere.
I got two trees that I'm going to plant, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
Still okay time to plant a tree, right?
Yes.
Spring, fall's ideal, but spring's good too. So saw this quote from Calvin Coolidge, but thought this was good, and just talking about persistence, right? Mm-hmm. We are in this time frame in the real estate market where we're kind of in the long stretch of spring, and we're getting into that kind of, I don't know, third, fourth inning, to use a baseball term, since I like sports.
Yeah, we're a little warmed up now.
Getting warmed up. So it says, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. No, they didn't say unsuccessful women. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of uneducated derelicts, or educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. So, old president. I was trying to find a quote from a president. Celebrate President's Day.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yeah. So
it's the grit, the grinding it out.
That's right. That's right. So, education. We've got. I'm not sure if Teddy's going to be here this morning to talk about this, but we've got. Apparently, I screenshotted my own calendar. I need to ask my wife every evening what she needs help with and add that to my calendar.
Good job. Good job. That's all that. I'm like, okay.
So we've got sales meeting today. Obviously, there's a mentee skills class at noon, and then there's a broker open tomorrow at Leanne Vandekamp's listing in Forest Hills, or on Forest Hills Drive. That's pretty cool. There is some Back at You social media training on Friday, which is good. And then ninja sessions, Ford calls. So talk about these ninja sessions you've been doing.
Lee and I,
out of 3.
Yeah, Lee and I have done 2 out of 3.
One person showed up the first.
One person showed up the first one 2 Fridays ago, but it turned into a great success story for her. It was Emily Warner who came and kicked us off for that meeting, and she left that meeting and went and dropped Girl Scout cookies to clients and wannabe clients. She's in her zip code that she wants to target on, and she got several referrals immediately following that.
hold on. She left your class, went and got Girl Scout cookies, dropped them off to clients,
Yep.
and then got business out of that.
And got business out of that. And she didn't call anyone and tell them she was coming. She didn't text them and say, I left something on your front porch. She just went and did it.
Just a little random gift, random
Just
act
a little
of kindness.
random. She said, I hope, she put a little note. She wrote a little note on a card similar to this, which we have over here. Please take some. We're going to use up our card stock here before our name change. If you don't know what to write on your note, tell them about our name change in a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's coming up. But yeah, she left there. She did that, generated several phone calls, nice responses, text messages, and oh, by the way, and several referrals.
That's really cool. All right. So last week you had quadruple.
We quadrupled attendance
We had
last
4
week.
people show up.
We did.
And any success stories out of that? What did y'all talk about last week?
What did we talk about? I don't even remember what. Oh, right sizing your database.
Oh, and we're going to talk about that today.
And we're going to talk about that here. So
I think you got some math up there behind you.
we do have some math. So we talked about right sizing your database, but really what came out of that was so cool. We had 4 people here this time. But it was a great exchange of ideas. And today I'm grateful for Hampton Malsey for turning me on to a book by Young Pueblo, Y-U-N-G, Pueblo, and called Inward. And I was telling Zach this morning, I read, it's just a little inspirational thing. They're quick little, some of them are quick, some of them are paragraph. You know, yesterday I read about 25 pages. This morning I read about 30 or 35, thankfully, because I sat in traffic like crazy this morning on 65. So
you're reading on 65?
no, not reading on 65, but
Did anybody else think that for a second? I just wanted to make
yeah,
sure.
the piece helped me this
Make sure
morning.
this is not recorded.
Getting myself centered this morning helped me as I was languishing in
Got it.
traffic.
Okay, so Young Pueblo, and it's
Young-
called Inward.
Inward. He's got 3 books out that you can get on Amazon. Lee's got 1, and I ordered 2, and Inward was the one that Hampton recommended, so I'm starting with Inward. So if you're looking for something to kick your day off as you are thinking about your gratitudes and
That's awesome.
getting yourself centered in the morning. So I decided to get the book version versus the Audible version because I feel like I need to read something peaceful before I read the news and lose my mind.
There you go. I just stopped reading the news. So
Yeah, just don't,
you know.
just don't read the news.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, what are y'all seeing in the market right now? Oh yeah, it's not N-word. That's a good point. I-N-W-A-R-D. Inward, the opposite of outward.
Yes.
That is a good point, Yolanda. Thank you. Did y'all think we were talking about that? Inward.
But you're on the first row.
I-N-W-A-R-D. Young Pueblo. Just look it up.
Yeah.
Hey, what are y'all seeing out there in the market? Anybody having good offers, contracts in the last couple of weeks? Showings? Things are picking up. So we've got, this data that I've shown, the FHFA data for the MSA, which stands for Market Statistical Area, and FHFA stands for Federal Housing Finance Authority. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, FHFA.
Something like that.
It's a mouthful. But
Pretty close.
anyway, federal entity that tracks appreciation rates, right? So when we talk about Nashville having an average appreciation rate of 5.9% over the last 30 years, that's where this comes from. And so this is still not, this is only through the third quarter of last year. So I'm curious, based on kind of where you think things are now, the fourth quarter data for 2022 is going to come out any day now. And I just thought it'd be fun, take some bets. What do y'all think this will look like? So just as a recap, they do this quarterly, but then it annualizes. So 2019 was 6.9% total appreciation, home price appreciation. 2020 was 11.1%, the highest it had ever been in 30 years, probably ever since it started tracking, middle of COVID. 2021 was 25.6%. So surely we were like, well, if the average is 5.9%, then we got to go down. But then last year, we still went up again, 12.4%. If you break that down quarterly, that was 5.5% first quarter, 6.5% second quarter, pretty much flat, negative 0.01% third quarter. So what do y'all think the fourth quarter is going to be when it comes out? What's that? Flat? So show of hands like maybe thumbs up, thumbs sideways for flat, thumbs down for negative. What do you think? I got a few thumbs up, a lot of sideways, couple downs. I bet it will be down. That's my guess.
I think it'll be down.
I think it'll be down a little bit, and I think that's okay because even
A
if
little
it goes
more than
down
the
2%,
third quarter.
that annual appreciation rate is still 10%, which is again almost double what our average is.
Right.
So, what's that?
I bet it's 11%, but I think it's close to flat. Right?
You think it's close to flat?
December saw a real uptick.
Yeah.
I think that's going to offset some of November. So,
Yeah. So some of this data may come out, right? So news stories, all this data is lagging. So if you see a news headline saying in the next couple of weeks saying home prices dropped at the end of last year, I want you to have a little background that there's more to the story than just whatever a headline might be. And we talk about headlines a lot being misleading, but yeah, my guess is it'll be a little bit down, but overall will be up. And then we heard an interesting stat from Connie last couple weeks ago that the number of mortgage applications in January surpassed October, November, and December combined.
wow.
Is that holding? Is that holding for February?
It's a good little soundbite. The number of mortgage applications, which is a leading indicator of people wanting to buy a home, right? Because usually people will go, they heard rates are higher, they'll go, what do they do first? Hopefully.
What can I afford?
Yeah, what can I afford? So that basically tripled for the month, for each month in the fall in the last quarter. So October, November, December total, the mortgage applications were less over 3 months than they were the first month of this year, or more this month than they were over 3 months. So point is, we're ramping up for a good spring. Interest rates are going to be stable. We hope, we think, and come on up and tell us more about that, Connie. We also got you'll put together this new way of looking at some of the mortgage rates, which I think is neat. Looking at it today compared to 90 days ago.
Interesting, yeah.
Right? So 30-year conventional is up from last week, but it's the same as it was 90 days ago. Do y'all like that? I feel like that's
Yeah.
helpful. It gives a little bit better context for what it is. So anyway, talk to us about, what are you seeing out there? What are you seeing in rates?
Yeah, the rates are climbing a little bit, but again, like I said, not more than where they were 90 days ago. So just a little bit of an uptick. But again, our applications really have increased. I think, I don't know, it's like, it starts getting sunny. People are getting used to these rates a little bit, so it's not so alarming anymore. And I think they're ready to buy again.
Virginia, you got a question?
People buy down their rates.
Question was, are you seeing people buy down rates?
How about listings offer that? Are you
Yeah.
seeing people take advantage of that?
Yeah, we are seeing a lot where they're asking maybe for the seller to pay for buy downs. Some of them are actually buying it down themselves, but with our refinance program, it's like that's where we want to really look at. Do you want to? If you're asking the seller to pay for it, why not? The seller's going to pay for a buy down. But if they're coming out of their own pocket, as rates start hopefully decreasing over the next 3 years, we're going to do that free refinance for them. So I really will advise people to, really consider that. It's like, do you want to spend, if you're looking at a $400,000 loan, you're spending maybe $4,000, then, it could be a waste of money if you're going to refinance that loan in a year or two. So those are
So
just
a
things to
question would be
consider.
like, how, if I pay this down, how long?
Yeah.
Like, when do I get
When
my
do you
money back?
recoup it?
Right. When do I recoup it?
Yeah.
Maybe that takes 5 or 6 years
Sure.
based on the savings of an interest rate, and if you think you might refinance it, it's also kind of a risk aversion.
Yeah, sure, it is, because nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. So,
sure.
yeah,
But that could be the case with like a 2-1 buy.
a 2-1 buy down is a little different actually, because you're actually not losing that money. When you just buy the rate down completely, it's done. You've spent that money. On a 2-1 buy down, they're getting that first year's rate 2 points under, and then the next year. That money is actually being paid for and put in an escrow account up front. So the savings is being collected and put aside, So if they were to refinance, whatever unused portion is actually deducted from their principal balance. So actually they get it back. So
Okay.
seems like a little bit smarter way.
So you wanted to talk about some creative solutions of, if people are tell us about this. They're trying
Challenging,
to
yeah.
trying to get a rate. They're a little higher, and so
Yeah, just we have
you run
some,
into?
I think just with the expertise that we have and knowing our guidelines, just we have some situations sometimes that are a little bit more challenging for buyers. And just that we have come up with, I guess, just knowing the guidelines and knowing the sort of the little tricks and tools that we have to use. There are situations, but for instance, I had a customer just recently that had sold their business. So they had plenty of money from the sale of the business, but they didn't have an income anymore.
didn't have a job.
Because they sold their business. It was gone. So it's like, okay, well, you don't have an income. However, you've got all this money from the sale of your business. So we actually created a trust with that income. And Loy helps me. I do this actually quite a bit, where I've got people that can't show the money on paper. Maybe their tax returns are a little more challenging or whatever it is, but they actually have a pretty large asset. So we can actually take that asset and create an income stream from it through a trust.
you're
So-
creating a trust that then employs, for lack of a better word, pays employs this.
Well, a trust
Individual?
income is an acceptable source of income
Okay.
for Fannie Mae.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah, the traditional mortgages will allow trust income. So what we do is we actually just create a trust, and Loy will put those together for basically charges like $500. And then, of course, we
wow.
close the loan with him. And then he's got it down now. So it's like he'll create the trust, we use this asset, as long as we have a 3-year continuance. So, for example, if somebody's got like $100,000 in an asset, and that, it's like in a money market or checking account, whatever, a liquid asset, we can use that, divide that by 36 months. So we've got like $3,300 a month in income right there generated just from that trust to help them qualify.
Have you all ever done that before? That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's just a creative way. Again, it's like this is a guideline that's been around forever. I've done this probably used this for about 5 or 6 years. I sort of discovered it. And,
that.
there you go. You only have to show like one disbursement. It's a little bit of, a little bit of time. We can typically get that done, the whole process done in about 30 days. So ready to close.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one thing. So we've got just some other things like maybe increasing distributions from if somebody's at retirement age and they're getting distributions from their 401k,
Right.
you can increase those to qualify if we need it. Or financing mortgage insurance is another way. Just by financing that in, we're reducing the payment, maybe helping them to qualify for more.
Okay, so it's an upfront sum of mortgage insurance, basically. And then how would you write that in? The seller pays closing costs.
Not necessarily.
Buyer's expenses, and then-
We can actually finance it into the
You
loan.
can do it on your end. Okay.
Yeah, in many cases, we can finance that in, and then we reduce that, eliminate that mortgage insurance out of the monthly payment and just help them to qualify for more. So basically, in short, it's just like if you have somebody that has those challenges, maybe they're saying, well, I just started, just started a business. And so I went from being W-2, now I just started my own business. If they have an asset, we may not have to wait that 2-year period for them to have been self-employed, or, just whatever maybe their challenges are, we may have a solution for it.
Well, that's
So,
creativity.
yeah.
Y'all have any other questions about that?
Would that hold true for sort of like a divorce settlement?
So the question was, would that hold true for a divorce settlement?
As long as they've got the money already.
If the money
Hey.
exists,
They got the money, we can put it in a trust.
you got the money, honey.
You got the money, honey. Yeah, and it's like, in
You
a
got-
in a
to
divorce
set the loan.
situation,
Okay.
yeah, we could certainly do that, as long as they've got that asset. And, we can show basically where it came from. Yeah, we can create that trust.
Very cool.
So, yeah,
All right.
let us know.
Well, thanks, Connie. That's awesome. All right, so this is fun. So Grace and Davey Hackett had done something that's pretty pretty unique and fun. Did y'all see this on social media at all? So I thought this was pretty
Yeah, we
cool.
selling a 4-bed
Walker Hayes.
and a half bath. Got that 8-foot island in a kitchen.
Hey, Walker, thanks for inviting us over, buddy.
I didn't. Davey, who are these bozos?
So, as your realtor, I thought instead of a fancy like parody to help sell your home, I get Austin and Colin to make a music video.
Yeah, and we had ChatGPT write the whole thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
ChatGPT what?
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't get it?
There's this thing called artificial intelligence, Walker, and what that is a robot that can essentially do everything better than you can.
I highly doubt it can write a song better than me.
Why don't you just take a look?
Rolling down the road, down to Thompson Station, where the living's easy and the view's amazing. This four-bath home is a hoot, with an open floor plan that's as roomy as fruit. The 8-foot island is a sight to see. You can fit your family in an orchard tree.
All right, hold up. That's not an orchard tree. That's actually a ficus.
Walker, if you could just take those two eyes and ficus right back on the video, that'd be awesome. The music studio where you can rock out, and a built-in dog bed where your pup can spout.
This is where you make your dreams come true. In Walker's home, where your story begins anew. In Walker's home, a place to call your own. In Walker's home, Thompson Station, you'll never be alone. In Walker's home,
That four-bath home is a steal. Got a kitchen looking larger than a Walmart wheel.
Walmart wheel?
I thought you'd like it.
It's in there twice. Four-bath home is a steal. Got a kitchen looking larger than a Walmart wheel.
2-car garage, hot tub and grill, fenced in backyard for privacy and thrill. It's a home that truly has it all. In Thompson Station, you'll never fall. This is where you make your dreams come true. In Walker's home, where your story begins anew. In Walker's home, a place to call your own. In Walker's Thompson Station, you'll never be alone. In Walker's home.
All right, look. That's fascinating and all, but there is no way my team's gonna let me put this trash on my socials.
I just posted it.
You know?
Anyway, I'll tell y'all, it's I mean, it was wild. So point being, creativity is
Counts.
awesome. I don't know how, I was just trying to see how many views that's gotten. It got posted yesterday. So, but it's, I've seen it, I've heard people talking about it, seen it blowing up, going around. So, plus this ChatGPT thing is kind of neat. Have y'all played with it? We've talked about it before. I don't know how they wrote the song. Davey's actually Fox News. Tennessee called him yesterday. Fox News is doing interview with him right now. Otherwise, I asked him to come in and talk about it. And they said he and Grace said they've got another really funny one coming out next week. So anyway, props to the creativity. I love seeing that. And speaking of creativity, Real Scout. We haven't talked about that in a while.
We have not talked about it.
Who uses Real Scout for their buyers? Actually, a lot of y'all. Okay, good. So if you don't know this, Real Scout has some social media tools. You can post kind of a little search widget on social media, which is nice. So if you look over, log in and then look under extras, social media, it'll show you how to do that. And then there's also just a reminder that you can set up monthly or every 2-week market activity alerts. So I live in the Richland West End neighborhood. So I just typed in Richland and it already knows my exact boundaries, which is pretty wild. And you can customize those boundaries as well. But I just set up bi-weekly and then I type my name in there and I'm set up and go back 90 days or 180 days. And then it automatically shows you a little heat map, active buyers over time. And then you can send this to your clients or your network. So if you want to just do a little automated real estate review, another touch, because how many touches does it take to get to
The magic
Center of
to
the
be in
Tootsie
flow,
Pop.
to be
Yeah.
in flow, to stay in flow. Anyone?
what's the magic? How many
Magic number each month to stay in
touches
flow.
engagement should you have at least every month with all your folks?
Three.
Do we even need to show this? This is amazing. Y'all got this. So database building, we're talking about databases.
Yep.
And so you got this video from Ninja Selling. So talk about what we're about to see.
We're going to talk about how big should your database be? And we're talking about how many people do you need to be in flow with to be able to reach your financial goals.
Who has a database over 500 people? Okay. So some of y'all might. This might say, take a look at that and see, are you really tight with all those people? Basically trimming it down. They call it right-sizing your database.
Right-sizing your database. And we're not talking about stop sending, if you do blanket farming to your neighborhood or a zip code. That's not what we're talking about when we talk about your database.
David, there are people that just want your cocktail recipes. So
That's true. David's got a fan club that knows no bounds.
all right, check this out. Quick video from Ninja.
Hello Ninjas and welcome to your weekly action tip. My name is Matt Benelli, Master Ninja Selling Coach and co-host of the Ninja Selling Podcast. How many people should you have in your database? Well, here at Ninja Selling, we recommend having up to 200 plus people in your database that you can run your autoflow systems for, which means sending them an item of value 3 times per month. But is that the ideal number of people that you should be striving to build and maintain quality relationships with? Well, there actually is a number that has been studied, and that number is 148, which is also known as Dunbar's number, named after anthropologist Robin Dunbar, who studied sizes of tribes and different things over the years. Now, we round that up to about 150 because it's just an easier number to work with, and this number was actually made famous, if you will, in Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point. There's a story in that book about the company Gore-Tex, which makes the waterproof coating and fabric that we put in our boots, jackets, and those types of things. What they found was that when their offices exceeded 150 people, efficiency and effectiveness seemed to decline. And this was most likely due to the employees becoming increasingly stressed with trying to build and maintain quality relationships with their coworkers. So they limited the number of employees per office to 150 people, and the company started to do better. So what does this mean for your business? Should you cut your database down to 150, and not run your autoflow systems and all those things for 200 people or more? I don't think so. But what it does mean is that you can focus specifically, particularly when we think about our live flow, the people that we want to call every month, the people we want to have coffees with, to less than 150 people. Then let your autoflow, your post-closing processes, and other systems take care of everyone else. Systems are amazing, but quality relationships, sometimes we want to go beyond the systems and rely on our people that you actually really enjoy being in flow with. And I would add into this your raving fans, people who refer you business quite often. That's probably going to be a smaller group. And when you think about this, and Garrett and I have talked about this on the podcast many times, that a smaller database seems to actually improve business. Because now when we're focusing on these quality relationships, which may be fewer people, these people have plenty of referrals to give. But what drives somebody to feel comfortable giving a referral is the quality of relationship they have with that person. When they know that they're going to send a referral to you, that they're going to look good, that referral will take place. And that's going to come through this increased focus of attention on that relationship. So if you feel like you're struggling to maintain quality relationships with your database, take a look at its size. It might be a little bit too big. Let's get that size to under 150 in terms of the focused flow, and let your auto flow and systems take care of the rest. Have a great week, Ninjas. We'll see you soon.
That was awesome. So, all right. So we have a little tool. You've gotten some information on that board here, but we also have just a tool that you can use. It's part of that Google Sheet Ninja database that you can access from this link right here, tinyurl.com/ninja database template. Ignore the space there, but you can download it. You may already have it, but the latest version of this has a little tab that you can plug these numbers in. So at the top, it says the most effective way, it's down here, last tab. It says marketing success cheat sheet. It says the most effective way to stay in touch with the database so it works for you is have at least 3 live interactions with each individual per year, right? So that's face-to-face, voice-to-voice. And then 36 per year, which is what? 3 per month.
Three per month.
To each household. Combination of both. Remember, that's art, science. You can do email, snail mail, Lolo, postcards, handwritten notes. So you got those notes here. Great opportunity to touch them and say, hey, just want to let you know that, in the next month and a half, 2 months, you're going to be seeing some new signs. We're transitioning our branding and name over to Parks. Call me if you have any questions. Drop off Girl Scout cookies. And then so trying to figure out how do you do all this, because everybody knows the concept of this pretty well. And everyone does it, right? Everyone does.
What do we say? It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do.
That's right. So down here, you can look at, there's just some calculations where if you said my average database or the median sales price for, let's say, Davidson County, or your median sales price, $400,000.
Which is true. That was the median sales price for Davidson County last year.
Okay.
And we did this one based on, we did this one from our little Friday sessions, and someone in that group wanted their goal to be 10 million. So 300,000 gross commission. And so that's the numbers you see there in your example.
So $300,000 gross commission. So if you take, and this does this on its own in the calculator, but you just take the median sales price times 0.005. And so that's 400,000 times 0.005. So the value of each household in your database is $2,000. So if you want to increase your income, you can either charge more, increase your average sales price, or do more transactions, which is the easiest way to do that is to increase the size of your database. But it kind of, to the video's point, it's not just adding more people for the sake of adding more people. It's adding more people that you can genuinely be in the flow with, who know, like, and trust you, and you know, like, and trust as well. So if you wanted to make $300,000, the number of households in your database, if you really do this well, would be what?
150.
150, right?
Yeah. All you need to know is your average sales price and what your goal would be for your gross commission. What Zach has designed will calculate everything else for you.
And then so P time and I time, this is just getting into the weeds a little bit, but to try to figure out, well, I don't know if I can spend, that's a lot of lunches. That's a lot of face-to-face time. It's not really that much, but, if you had 150 households in your database, 3 live interactions with each of them, and your median sales price, again, $400,000, this is all from before, let's say 3% average commission rate, you'd need 25 transactions to get that goal. That's assuming 10 hours per transaction of P time, which is productivity time, you, a contract, and a client, working through that those deals, and then 250 hours of total I time, which is your investment in P time, things like, marketing, showing property, meeting with clients, networking, investing in that relationship time to dropping off
having the coffee, dropping off the Girl Scout.
Yeah, exactly. If you have 2,000 working hours per year, which 40 hours times 50 weeks, assuming 2 weeks vacation, that's 2,000 hours. That leaves you 1,500 hours left for everything else. And of course, this is, again, easier said than done, and easy to do and easy not to do. But the point being, if you can really prioritize your time, your P time and your I time into these things, you will be successful in whatever way you want to be, and you'll achieve the goals that you want to bring.
It's really all about just being intentional.
Yeah, it's about being intentional. That's 450 calls per year. That's 3 calls per household. So assuming at least one member of my household is in my database, 450 calls per year. So that's what? 9 calls a week, about 2 calls a day, assuming a 5-day work week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday can be one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're changing brands. We're combining brands. That could be another one. Hey, I'm dropping off Girl Scout cookies. Just dropped off Girl Scout cookies. That can be a third one.
There's a third one.
It's not that difficult to do. And then autoflow. What autoflow do y'all use? You've got the CRM, right? Art and science. Anybody do Lolo? Lolo, a handful of those. Postcards, physical postcards. Newsletters, great newsletter. So there's a lot of options for that. And then this would, if you said the average cost per touch is $2, which I'm assuming like, a lot of email stuff is free, but I'm assuming postage and printing and things like that. So $2, that's $900 a month, $10,000 per year. To make $300,000, that's spending $10,800 per year. That's 3.6% of your gross commission income. I would do that every single day of my life to try. And that's
Try to generate that kind
a really good investment. So
Just remember, don't only send email. It's really important not to only send email.
yeah, because your open rate is what?
20%,
28%?
25 if you're pretty good, 30 if you're really, really good.
So just a reminder, whatever database you use is the best one as long as you're using it. You can use the Park CRM. That's going to get a refresh here in about a month or two, probably maybe sometime this summer. It's coming out soon, kind of a next version of that. If you like Google Sheets, you can use this one. You've got hot list, warm list. It can print that out, so you can have a paper copy of it with you at all times. And again, if you want to go to tinyurl.com/ninja database template, you can download a copy of that if you haven't already. And you can go to the parksathome.com/backend to download or to utilize the Parks database.
Right, and remember that if you like the emails that the CRM sends out, particularly the art and the science, the art being the best haunted houses in Middle Tennessee, the best places to kayak, that can be, you can do that as a postcard. Same.
Those are getting refreshed too, I think.
Those are getting refreshed as well, and as are the market stats. So the county market stats, if you like those, you can send those as postcards.
Yeah. So simplest way to increase your business: review your database every week, review your hot list, warm list every day. Right size your database. Make sure you are on the right. That it's manageable. That it's not too big. That you're not manageable. That it's 800-pound gorilla or whatever the expression is.
Right.
That you can't manage it and you don't do anything. So.
Don't let perfection get in the way of your progress.
I like that. That's good. Y'all have any other questions on that? Well, happy Mardi Gras, y'all. I enjoyed being here with you.
Who brought the king cake?
Karen.
Who brought the king cake?
I had possibly a whole one this weekend by myself. I kept putting.
So you had the baby.
I kept putting the baby back in so my kids would get it, and then I got the baby 3 times. So, may have had a little bit too much, but anyway, it was good. So don't forget, check the coming soon page. And any takeaways? What are rates right now?
And they're the same as they were when?
Yeah. What's our guesstimate on the market data for the fourth quarter FHFA? Up, down, staying the same? Seemed like staying the same to down a hair, right?
Mm-hmm. That was the popular opinion
But
here.
it takes it from 12.5% appreciation annually, which is more than double the average, to maybe 10%,
Still not bad.
11%. So that's it. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, we've got these up here. Pick them up.
Yeah, come get your folders. We've got cards. Use an excuse to write a note to people.
Don't smack my wrist, but
No, the best one's probably Noah over at the East office. No. Or you can check with Jenna, and she can do it for you. Or Evie. Evie, Jenna, or Noah.